Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we are reading Am I the A-hole for not wanting to become a special ed teacher? Let's begin. So, a volunteer opportunity to teach English overseas fell through due to instability in the country I was supposed to go to a few months ago. This is throwing me out of a loop because this was my plan before coming back to the US to study for my teacher's license, which I've since tried applying for but got rejected from every school I applied to for my license. My mom thinks I should consider getting my license in special education instead of English instead. The reasons are that there's a shortage of special ed teachers in our state. It will be easier to obtain a license through that avenue instead of my original plan, English. In addition, she is convinced it will be a more stable career route. I really don't want to be a special ed teacher. I didn't go to school to study to be a special ed teacher. I always wanted to teach English, and by golly, I'm going to be an English teacher. I have a list of reasons why I don't want to teach special ed, and the number one reason is because I will be doing a disservice to so many kids if I were to teach in that field. I know my limitations. I don't have the patience to handle a student with a mental disorder. Handling a student with low-functioning autism is completely different from tutoring a new immigrant with a low grasp of English. Those special ed students deserve a better teacher than me. In addition, she had brought up that I used to volunteer with Best Buddies in high school. I did it for 3 months in high school, then quit because my buddy moved out of state and I wanted to join robotics, which had meetings that met on the same date and time and would take up more of my after-school time. Since then, she's been giving me a hard time about this. She thinks I will be great as a special ed instructor when I'm trying to apply for teaching jobs overseas. She actually got peed off at me during Thanksgiving dinner yesterday when I had mentioned that I had an interview with a school in Korea that is looking for English teachers coming up. She straight up is calling me an a-hole who is better off working in the US than risking everything to try going abroad again. I seriously don't know what is her deal. The only person we know who benefited from it is her nephew with Down syndrome, and we're no contact with his family because his mom is a total entitled mother. Sorry, I just really like r/entitled parents. TLDR, am I the a-hole because I don't want to use my degree to teach special education? I'm going to start off with my comments first. Sorry if I spoke fastly during that. I'll leave the link for this in the description down below so you can follow me through. I should have said that before, but I'll leave a reminder. Not the a-hole. For a few reasons. First of all, not everyone is cut out for being a special education teacher. As someone going into that field, no one should be forced to do that. Yes, there's a teacher shortage, not in just a state, but everywhere in the US, and probably the entire world that has special ed programs, because it's just not a popular career field. Education itself isn't popular to go into because of the multitude of reasons. And if you were forced into it, as you're saying, then, well, your heart's not going to be into it, and those kids will not benefit from you being there. And your mom does sound like a very single-minded person, and I mean that in the best way possible. Because she has this idea that since you will have she's looking at it more career-wise and not what you truly want, and teachers are needed everywhere. So, yes, special education is more needed, but just because that's the case doesn't mean that we don't need teachers, English teachers. And you actually going overseas to get a job in, you have an interview in Korea. This was 7 years ago, so my bad. So this was quite a while ago. You got a interview in Korea. I wonder how that went. And seems like you're trying to look for jobs overseas to teach English in foreign-speaking countries. So let's look at some of the other comments to see. Not the a-hole. Only write about half. You don't have to deal with it. It's extra work that some people are not cut out for. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, not the a-hole. Knowing your limits and feeling that it wouldn't be a good fit for you does not make you an a-hole. Some people can thrive in that kind of environment. Some people can handle it. Some people burn out completely. If you know you would fall into that last category, you're doing the program a favor by not taking that route. It's your career. Do what you think is best. Your mom isn't the one that's going to be in the classroom. She doesn't get to dictate how you get your license. Yes, exactly. Not the a-hole. Mentally disabled people are a challenge to deal with, and depending on the severity, could even be dangerous. I don't blame you for not wanting to go into that field. It takes a special kind of person to care for a special ed class. Yes, this is what I'm saying. Just because there's a shortage and you're going into teaching doesn't mean that you would be fit to teach people that take a different type of person to deal with. It really is such an... There are many reasons why someone would want to do special education. I have my reasons. But there are many reasons why you shouldn't want to or wouldn't want it. Because it can be dangerous. There have been a lot of cases where teachers end up getting hurt because of the students. So, okay, not the a-hole. I was an assistant teacher for middle school SPED for 3 years with mild/moderate and some severe/profound students. It was a large mix of different rulings and needs. You honestly never know what each year will bring. It was hard both physically and emotionally, and the teachers had all of my responsibilities, plus all the paperwork/documentation and meetings that are involved with SPED. If you don't feel 100% about being a SPED teacher, then don't let anyone bully you into it. There's nothing wrong with knowing you wouldn't be a good fit for that position. I wish everyone could be so self-aware. Good luck with finding a teaching position. Yes, that just sums up the entire what it's about. There's so much more that goes into being a special education teacher than an English teacher. Not the a-hole, it's your life. Not the a-hole, your mother had a valid idea and shared it, but that's that. She needs to stop. Exactly. That is fully correct. She had a valid idea to give you over maybe a different career option that might be a little bit more stable than your current path. But that's just it. It's just an idea. And it's up to you whether you take that idea or not. That's just it. Technically not the a-hole, but this isn't an a-hole situation and really doesn't belong in the subreddit. Yeah, it really isn't because you didn't do anything wrong. If anything, if your mom were the one posting this, then it would be a different story, but yeah. This is a lot, and this was, again, 7 years ago, and there is no update. So, I don't know what happened, but I do hope that your teaching position went through alright. Special education is such a rewarding position, but it's also really hard and taxing, both, as was said, physically and mentally. There's a lot more documentation and paperwork, along with different kinds of meetings that take place for these students than you would in regular education or an English teaching position. You seem to, and again, I'm no teacher. I'm not a teacher right now, so correct me if I'm wrong. But as an English teacher, teaching someone the language, with my experience of language teachers, it's difficult, but it's also not that. It's tricky, I guess I should say. Again, I've only taken a few years of Spanish, so what do I know? But I do think that your mother is probably being the a-hole in this situation because of the fact that she's trying to push you towards a career path that you don't think you're suited for, and that's perfectly okay. But what do you guys think here in the comments below? And yeah, I'm Connor, and this has been Sped Serve. Thank you very much.